Well, thanks once again. Anastasia, of course, MPs are beginning to make their way into the Cape Town City Hall. And I'm just going to jump straight into it and bring in ANC MP, Mr. Supra Mahumapelo. Thank you so much and good afternoon to you. Basically, as the ANC, what's your expectation from the Finance Minister?
You see the situation that we find ourselves now in the country. There are many challenges, but there must be two critical things that at all times, whatever we do, we need to talk about. One is how do we reduce unemployment through the creation of jobs by growing the economy. That's the first thing. The second thing that people will want to hear is how do we resolve the energy crisis? Because if you don't resolve the energy crisis, all other variables in the economy are going to encounter problems. Investors will not come into the country because of perceptions they have about South Africa, the incapacity, the inability to manage the energy challenges that we have. So if we can talk to these two things, the rest of the other things, I think our masses will understand.
But is the ANC coherent in terms of its economic direction? Some people seem to believe that you as the party as well are not coherent in terms of the policy direction.
No, we are coherent as the African National Congress. I mean, our position is consistent, that we have to deal with the triple challenges, which is poverty, inequality, and unemployment. There's nobody who differs on that particular matter. But I also hope that the minister today will allude to how we are going to be managing the tension between ourselves and the affiliates of COSATU and other unions around the matter of wages. And I hope that whatever pronouncement the minister will make will then avert the actions that are going to be taken by the workers so that we can focus on creating jobs, dealing with unemployment, and making sure that people can have energy, as I said earlier.
All right, I do believe that the Finance Minister will be arriving here anytime, Mr. Mahumapelo. Just lastly, the people at the helm, the President, the Finance Minister, are they the right people to actually take the country to the next trajectory?
We are going to the national conference, it will decide the right people. But where we are now, those who are at the helm must make sure that whatever opportunity we have, like today, we have to make sure that we prioritize people who are in the villages and the townships, because they are the majority where black people are located.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Supra Mahumapelo, ANC MP. I do believe that the minister is going to be stepping out any time from now and make his way into the Cape Town City Hall, where he will be delivering the 2022 medium-term budget statement. So I'm going to just ask my camera person to just maybe keep on the visuals to see if we can spot the Finance Minister before he makes his way into the House. It looks like we are just having a bit of a delay. We do expect, though, the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwan to be arriving here. I do believe that he's actually made his way inside the House. Of course, I'm going to bring my colleague Nompumelelo Siziba, who's been doing a marvelous job under this scorcher of a day in Cape Town. Nompu, your expectation? I mean, the key issues that the Finance Minister should be looking into.
Thanks very much, Bulelani. Well, it's going to be an interesting day. Economists that we've been speaking to in the build-up to the midterm budget, they're looking at what's going to happen in terms of Eskom. It's got around 400 billion rands worth of debt, and it's not able to maneuver. It's not able to go to the bond market to borrow more money, and it's not even able to it can barely pay its repayment costs. So government may be looking to relieve Eskom of some of that. There's a broad estimation that could be anything between 150 to 250 billion rand. Basically, if that happens, it means that we would be shifting Eskom's debt to the national debt.
Yeah.
We'd be shifting Eskom's debt to the national debt. which would mean that we would have a higher debt, a higher stock of debt, and it would also increase our debt service costs, which is already quite high. It's the biggest line item in National Treasury's budget. In other words, it exceeds that which is spent on education, on health, and other issues. So that's one thing. Then, of course, there's the public sector wage bill. That's a big issue that people are looking at. We understand that there's been a provision of 3% over the medium term in terms of increases for the public sector workers. A lot of public sector workers are not happy with that. And of course, as we talk, we do see quite a bit of a commotion. It does seem as though the President of the Republic, Cyril Ramaphosa, is about to enter the City Hall. So we are just looking at these visuals. The visuals are on the President who is about to enter. A lot of security around, as you would imagine. We did see not that long ago, I think Bulelani did mention, Finance Minister Enoch Godongwan flanked by members of the finance team, that is the Commissioner of SARS, Edward Kiswitter, the Deputy Finance Minister, David Masondo. We're seeing the President he's exiting the vehicle there. He's now entering City Hall, flanked by his many security guards. So we have at least captured that. So did a good job there, Bulelani. So he's gone in, no waves to us, the media, but he's gone in. He is here. We've seen the other guys, the Finance Minister and company, entering into the City Hall. So no doubt, come 2 o'clock, things will begin on time.
I think we should wish him all the best. He's going to be working with a very difficult environment, and I'm sure he's not going to be able to please everyone, but I'm sure we're going to be unpacking all of this and more as we do this rolling coverage. For now, I think we'll cross back to Johannesburg, where Nastasia is standing by.